This is Ben from Common Knives, and you're listening to the High Carbon Podcast.
Welcome, guys. I think the intro was a little bit quiet there, Albert. You have to fix that.
Yeah, I will.
I'll get that for the next show. I got some new equipment I've been playing around with and got to figure out the volumes again, unfortunately. So, what's going on with you guys? What happened this week with Albert?
Not much. Classes and knife making.
Again?
Same as every week. Yeah, again. We've been experimenting with G10 a bit. That's why I was texting with Paulie, because we want to do like a tactical line of knives. It's like small EDC blades. I think Paulie's gonna love that we're dipping into his market. But
get out. Get out.
We're experimenting. That's all we're doing now. So because we have this massive rock tumbler and we do acid stonewashed blades, and we have been for a while, and now we've been trying to acid stonewash G10 after the handle's been glued on it and everything, and it turns out it works pretty well, acid stonewashing G10. Not so much with my Carta, but with G10 it works fine.
And what does the finish look like?
You mean on the blade or on the G10?
On the G10.
It's barely noticeable. So if you use a, like, let's say 240 grit belt, you barely notice it, but it breaks off the edges somewhat.
Okay. Well, you got that giant tumbler.
Yeah, but it's nice because you can acid stonewash the whole blade. Of course, the bevel must not be too thin because otherwise the bevel's gonna get ruined. But we don't do thin bevels on outer knives anyway. So, but you get a acid stonewash texture also on the spine of the blade when you do it like that, because then you can acid stonewash the whole blade.
So Andy talked you into using G10 finally?
No, Andy made the handle. I hate G10.
Yeah, I know.
and I still do. He had to grind it, and we ruined the bandsaw blade by cutting the blanks or the hand scales. Yeah, it sucks. Cutting G10 sucks. Grinding G10 sucks. So. But we bought special bandsaw blades now, because I was talking to our bandsaw guy, and the normal HSS blades we usually use don't work on G10, so they get dulled pretty quickly. But now we have a carbide bandsaw blade, which is super expensive.
Much better though.
Yeah, and it works in carbon, G10, and even hardened steel, so we can cut steel right after we're done with forging now.
How expensive?
I think it's 4 times as much as a normal bandsaw blade.
Yeah, that's probably the most common question that I get through customers in my shop, what I use to cut the G10. And I cut all the big sheets on a table saw with a carbide blade, so it's the same idea.
How long till it gets dull?
I've been using the same one for like 4 years now. Before that, I was just using a regular, like a multi-blade, and it would last like maybe 4 months before I had to sharpen it again.
Yeah, but you can't sharpen a bandsaw blade because it's like small grains of carbide particles, so you can't sharpen it. So that's why I asked you how long it lasts.
Yeah. Well, I have a friend of mine that works for a company here near me that makes windows. So they use these carbide blades to cut through all the aluminum framing and shit for the windows. And they have a company that comes in and sharpens the blade for them. And when it gets too close to the end, they mark it as the last time they can sharpen it before they need to get a new one. And as soon as the blade gets marked, he puts them to the side. So I have like 8 of them, but I've been using this first one he gave me for the last 4 years. So
nice. So you didn't even have to pay for it.
No, those things it's like $100 a tooth on a carbide blade for a table saw. So it's like I don't know how many teeth are on that thing, but you can work out the price pretty quickly.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, I had, let's see, I think I mentioned on one of the podcasts before that my daughter was going to be running in Berlin. I don't think I told you the results. She had, they had a marathon there, and she did the 5K was the day before, and they had 10,000 runners, and I don't know how many runners were in her group. I couldn't find any of the numbers, but from all the women 20 years and younger, she got 6th place, which was pretty cool.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
awesome.
Yeah. And what else did I do? Oh, I got some t-shirts out finally. Those are online. the high carbon t-shirts. If you go to knifematerial.at, all the way down at the bottom of the page, there's a big spot showing the t-shirts in black or dark gray, and I think we got them for a pretty reasonable price because we bought a lot of them. So they're on there for $20, and depending on where you guys live, your tax rate will change. So here in Austria, I think they come out to 24 a piece, which is pretty good. And they're nice shirts. The print holds really good, and they don't like stretch out. And I don't know, Albert was talking about it, and Polly and me after the after show last week. And a lot of shirts out there, if you get the cheap ones, nobody even wears them. You wear them like 2 times, and then from the washing machine stretches them out and then junk. But these are some cool ones. I'll be sending you guys your shirts to try out soon.
Yeah.
Are they from cotton?
Hell yeah.
Or will they burn when you forge?
They are 100% cotton.
Perfect. Yeah, I buy hoodies for my staffs, and one starts burning by using the hex grinder. It was not funny.
Yeah, the angle grinders ruined quite a few shirts for me too. I sometimes work on my sandals and socks, and a lot of my socks get burnt out from that angle grinder. It'll take care of your socks real quick.
Yeah.
Safety equipment.
Yeah, safety first. Yeah, that's right.
The small ones are already sold out, Keith.
Yeah. Somebody needed 4 of them or something, or 3 right off the bat. Somebody can tell me.
that was all. That was all you ordered. 3 small ones.
Yeah, because from my shirts personally, I've never had anybody ask for a small except for you. So like,
okay.
But Paulie didn't get the chance to say what he did yet this week. He said he was tired, but you guys already heard. We have Daniel Schneider on the podcast with us tonight from Blade Create.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Is that something new that you started?
What means new? I make knives 5 years ago, and I worked in another company, and I got a little in trouble with my boss, and then I stand for the opinion to looking for another job or to start my own business, and I start my own business. We started this year in February in full time. That's the long story for short.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been seeing posts from the shop.
Yeah.
Looks like you got a nice big spacious shop and tiles on the floor, which is nice. And not many makers have tile.
It was a car garage before, and the problem with the I don't find the word for the hall. Yeah, I think it is.
Okay.
To find a hall that has where you can do everything because of the flammability or anything, it was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Because in Germany,
it gets expensive.
No, not the problem with expensive. There is no shop or there are no buildings in my area. So I was very lucky to find this location. That was it. And to get all the license to do the business, and there are 2 different things. If you do it private, you can do it wherever you want. But when you start running a business in Germany with this, you get many, many problems. I had an engineer that looked to the shop from the Handwerkskammer, and he asked me about license for climate control and I don't know the word in English for Abgase.
For all the exhaust
fumes. Extraction.
So I asked him, what do you think what I'm doing here with the forge? I don't put a stove from the Titanic and shovel coal all the time. I only have my gas forges. And the guy that made this forge said there are no regulations about it because in the German law it's a gas cooker, so not more.
Mm.
And to get all the license, and it was horrible. Yeah. But in February we started, and yeah, it was cool, and the location is great, and everything runs the way we wished. Yeah, we had no big changes in the building. It worked. It worked.
And you also have employees,
yeah,
right?
I started with 2 employees. The word. The one guy that that worked for me started as a learner. So because
journeyman.
yeah, because when I get ill or I get injured or anything else, I need someone who can take the workshops from me. So
yeah,
I need one guy more. And then I realized I'm not good with all the paperworks and so on. And yeah, then I have a girl that makes all the paperwork and the social media stuff and YouTube and Instagram, and I'm so bad at this, really. Technique is not my business.
In Austria, it's way more complicated as soon as you start hiring people. Is this the same in Germany?
Yeah, but in my case, no. I ripped them. Yeah, if you say it bad, I ripped them from the other company where I worked before, because they are also not happy at the company. And in the past, we stand around in our breaks and talked, oh, what the fuck, what we're doing here. Why didn't we do it by ourselves? And when I started, I asked, hey, I start to do it by myself. Will you come over? And they say, yep, when we can start.
Yeah, but what I meant is regulations wise. So
Yeah.
If there's additional regulations as soon as you start hiring people, because there is in Austria, so as soon as you start hiring people, you have to have separate bathrooms and like an area, a break area where they can spend their breaks in and stuff. So same in Germany, I suppose, right? Okay.
So
and all the equipment needs to be CE certified, I believe. Your grinders have to be covered and all that kind of stuff.
Definitely. That was a main problem at the financial part. So normally when you start a business in Germany, they say, yeah, you can buy used machines and something. But when you start with employees, everything has to be safe. I can't buy a used machine that was maybe broken in the past and I don't know it. And if someone hurts on these machines, I get a big problem. So, yeah.
I mean, you could buy it, but then you would have to have it like in Austria, it's called Sicherheitstechniker, who comes by and evaluates the machine again. That's what we had to do. So we had a company come by our shop and re-evaluate all of our machines.
that we have to do once in a year. But when you let someone over to check your machines, it's also massive as expensive, and
I know
that's yeah. So I bought the machines new, and I'm fine with it at the moment.
But this must have been quite an investment, because I saw on your Instagram that you have like a couple of, let's say, 4 grinders on your Instagram from the Kleine Messerladen. So
I have 12 grinders. Yeah,
12. All from the Kleine Messerladen.
All from the Kleine Messerladen, because you need the EC marks and
I know
safety marks, and this was a whole investment. 16,000 bucks or something. I don't have the right price, but also the power hammers, the 2. These were also the small one was 16,000 and the big one was 21,000 around.
Holy shit.
Yeah. But you have to make a decision. If you start small and grow, you can't live from the income. That's the problem.
What power hammers did you get? Is it Anyang?
Yeah. The Chinese copy is from the German hammers. Yeah, I think.
Okay, Anyang. Yeah. Did you buy them from Angela?
Yeah, I buy them from Angela.
Okay.
It was also a challenge. We start last year on September with the with the orders and questions about. And Angela has two 55 kilogram power hammers, and we said, yeah, we will take them both. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have to wait for the money from the bank, and then we called and Angela, and yeah, now we can pay. Oh, we only have one. Oh, okay, that's a problem. Okay, we get one, a number smaller, and the 55 kilogram hammer, and then he calls, no, we have no one. We have only a 45 kilogram power hammer. And yeah, then we had a big problem. We have to wait 6 months for the power hammers. But Angler was very helpful. They sell us the 45 kilogram power hammer and give us one power hammer from the small ones to the point where the 55 kilogram hammers was delivered. That was smart.
So you have 255 now?
No. I have 155 because the other small one I have to pay, and it's only to flattening the steel. That's fine. They have power enough.
Yeah. What's the RAM weight on the small one?
I don't know. I don't have the sheets here.
But 55 is a good size for forging the Damascus.
Yeah. But also the 45 is fine. You have amazing power. At the beginning, we forged with them. We have a Gesink in English.
Die,
genau. We had a flat die and curved die. So with a curved die, you get so much pressure in the steel. That's amazing. I'm fine with them. They are good tools.
They are.
At the beginning, there will be a little bit hot and lost a lot of oil, but when they run a while, it is fine.
They're very similar to German machines, as you said, like the Boucher power hammers. They're very similar to those.
Yeah.
The Anning power hammers.
Have you used them before, Albert?
No, but I've seen them, and they're very. We thought about buying one too, but then we ended up buying Bouchers. Because, as Daniel said, you only can buy them new, and they're super expensive if you buy them new. Like 20 grand for a 55 ram by power hammer. That's a lot. But they also have this 2-valve system, so they're very precise. So they're very good machines, from what I can tell.
Yeah, definitely. At the old company where we had the power hammers from Simac, and they are terrible. Absolutely terrible. The beer is the complete housing is not stabilized for the work, so no, they are no good machines. Sorry, I can't tell.
What were you doing at this old company before you started?
I give workshops for forging the knife forging workshops. So
nice. But I guess you don't want to tell us your old company, do you?
Yeah, I don't know if it's fair. I can say, yeah, I walked.
I can bleep it. I can bleep it out if you want to.
Yeah, okay. I worked.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. and
I knew it.
And in the past, it was a challenge when somebody realized where I was working. They judge me for this company.
Yeah, sure.
The company is a bad company. Sorry, it is what it is. There work so many great people, but the boss, I don't know anybody from the whole community that likes him. And it's true. It's a big theme, and so I have to quit this job. It was terrible.
But did you learn something at your old job?
No.
Okay.
I get 6 months time to learn everything, and when I go to, ask him, hey, can you tell me how to do this? Or what are the points of interest where I have to look? Yeah. And yeah, he said, oh, yeah, make it hot and punch it with a hammer. And the other guy that worked for in the workshops even don't know anything really to explain. So I started to read books, looked a lot of YouTube videos, and all over, mostly from America and the United Kingdoms, because I have the feeling that you get more content out of the US when you specific want to learn something about forging. And yeah, then I start doing, and I made many mistakes. And I don't work 9 to 5. I worked 10, 12, sometimes 14 hours a day to solve a problem, and then I start the next project. And so yeah, I go forward. And after 4 months, I handled to forge a Damascus steel pretty well, with no mistakes or anything. I started to give workshops after 4 months, and they were good. The people liked the workshops I gave. Then I get a little bit in trouble with the other teacher. I call it teacher because my rankings from Google were much better than his. And yeah, he is a fine guy, but he is very hard in his comfort zone. Yeah, he makes a job and nothing left all right. And that was not so funny that I experiment a lot of things with the customers from the workshop, and we get great results. Yeah, and when realized that I was better in forging and all this stuff, then he starts to give me his very special private 1 week workshops for much money, and I have to make YouTube videos for him because he don't want.
You want somebody to be better than him?
Yeah, but he did not have interest in the whole company. That was the main problem with him. He only wants money, but he don't want to do anything new. The most thing he is doing is buy stuff from China and said to people, oh, I don't find the good employees. That's not true. He is not able to. He can't teach the employees anything. That every 2 weeks he changed the rules in the company, and for 2 years in September, from one day to the other, he fired the half of the employees from the company from one day to another, and they were 20 guys working for. And then we were 10, and then he said, yeah, I go away. I don't want to be a boss anymore. Do whatever you want. Don't rip my company. And he was gone. And nobody was there that had any competence, or nobody had an idea what to do or to make decisions. And then we started a workaround before the Christmas sales and this stuff. And at February the next year, I found a way that it all got good, all got smooth. And then he comes back and changed everything again and fired 5 more guys from the company.
So you've had some good lessons on how not to run your company then.
Yeah, definitely.
From these guys.
Yeah. That was the main case. don't want to fix the problems or the mistakes or the bad decisions from other guys. When I make a bad decision, I'm fine to fix it. And then I said, okay, I can start my own business. And if it fails, okay, it fails. But it's my fault. Yeah. So, yeah.
So you got, what else do you have in your shop? You got those 2 big power hammers. I know you got a lot of grinders because you ordered some carbide plates from me.
Yeah. The tables from the Kleine Messerladen grinding tables, they are not so. They had not a long life, and the carbide plates make a very good job on them. And yeah, so I needed this much grinders for the customers for the workshops. So in we have capacity for 8 customers to come by and take a workshop. And so everyone needs his own grinder and a tool and a workspace. So that was, also a good part. We had enough space for all these guys.
And how about your forges? What are you running for a forge?
We are running gas forges.
Something that you had to buy them, I guess, right? Because of the regulations?
No. We built them by ourselves. We have a sample, and this one we copied, and built it by ourselves, because to buy a forge most of the time is too expensive. If you have many workshops, you have to build a whole new forge every 4 months or something. Because of the borax and all the dirt that did not come out. And so I think it's the best way. So we have changeable parts in the forge that you can open, and you can put the damaged one out and put new one in.
So this is similar to the house-made forge, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
With like the panels come off and everything, you can change the inside bricks?
Yeah. But we made our own bricks out of Hochofenbeton.
From the high temperature
cement. High temperature cement. Yeah, and they hold quite well.
Nice. So you got classes with 8 people?
Yeah.
And you allow all your students to grind their own knives?
Yeah.
They do the bevels and all that stuff too?
Yeah. We get the theory about, and I don't say I do it right, but I have my way to grind it. So like everybody else, and I tell them how I grind all these kinds. I give them different steps, then they can start, and after every step they have to check I have to check the step, and then I can say, okay, it's fine, you can start the other step. And so we have a safe space where the customers can work. And if they make mistakes, I have enough material and space to fix any mistakes. So, and then they start grinding every part freehand. And if the result before hardening is okay, then we harden the blades. And if there any small mistakes or anything in there, we get over the blades, and fix it. But the grinding after hardening, I do it by myself, because that is a thing, to hold the material cool by grinding. I don't think the most lion can do this with no experience. So that's the safe spot where I said, okay, this part I make for you, and after that you can start with your hand finish.
Yeah, I think that's one of the toughest things about classes is getting the students in there and learning to grind yourself. It takes a long time to get the muscle memory and everything.
Yeah, definitely.
I know Albert, you guys do your classes a little bit different, I think, right? With the grinding part?
Yeah, I mean, they can try to grind their own bevels as well in our classes, but we do all the finish grinding on the blade, just like Daniel does, because of heat.
Yeah.
The blade must stay cool, and students would most definitely overheat the blade.
Yeah.
So, but of course they can try, but usually they figure out pretty quickly that it's not that easy. It's not as easy as it looks. So that's why we actually do most of the bevel grinding on our students' blades.
That is also a big part in the workshops when I said you must push against the blade for grinding, and they don't push, and then all they grind is they rip the scale off. This is one of the biggest problems in grinding. Yeah, also the forging part. We forge our Damascus, different kind of Damascus, but we made blanks. So from these blanks we start stock removal. I have no good way to forge blade geometry on the blades. So for me, I think, and the workshops, I think the stock removal method is a good working one.
Yes, and in classes it is. Yeah, because forging a blade into shape is super hard, and it takes forever. And if you have like 8 people in your classes, it's gonna take a whole day for them to forge their blades into shape. Yeah, I agree. That's how we do it too. I mean, we forge the Damascus and then we stock removal from there. Do you have some sort of rolling mill, or how do you get the billet to its final thickness?
Oh, I want to have a rolling mill. I really want. But at the moment we hammer it all to the finish thickness.
That's gonna be tough, right?
Yeah.
So that's tough.
But now we are, I would say, likely perfect with it. We had a job with a company in Berlin where we speak a little bit loud about the knives we can make in a certain time. The last 3 months we produced 341 knives with 2 persons. We forged all the Damascus by hand, with the power hammers by hand, and then forged them to 4.5 millimeter thickness by hand. And also we are hammered, we're measuring, hammering, measuring, hammering, measuring. It was terrible. But now we know how to do it.
I think Albert would tell you, if you had like 5 or 6 power hammers, and then you can have each power hammer set up. Maybe the last one with kiss blocks and get you right down to the to the right thickness.
It was also an idea that came to me when we finished the job. I looked at my staff and said, Konstantin, why didn't we make kiss blocks? It's so easy,
especially for that many knives.
Yeah, but we don't think about it, and then we were ready.
I mean, a rolling mill also helps. I mean, it's very beneficial to own one, because then you can roll your billet to its final thickness, and it has the perfect thickness all the way from start to end. So especially if you do stock removal from there on after forging, because then the blade thicknesses are consistent. You don't have to surface grind them and stuff. So because the surface is much nicer. So much cleaner when you roll it.
Yeah, we had also we had the sometimes the problem that the scale we forged into the surface, and we get really big holes sometimes, and it was not funny to remove this.
I'm pretty sure Oliver Tauben is more than happy to build you one.
Definitely,
because that's the one we have.
Yeah, that's the I think we had this mill at Schmiedeglut once.
Might be, yeah.
Yeah, they sent it around in Germany, but I hadn't. I had no chance to test it. It was very bad. And I see they have a flange for for spinned Damascus. What's in English? Twist Damascus. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, they do now.
Yeah.
On the new version, ours doesn't have that.
Okay.
So because we still have the old version.
Yeah.
Yeah. But on the new version they do. Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine. I break a clamp last week with a class by twist Damascus.
But you twist it by hand,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. That's a problem.
which is way more fun anyway, especially for students.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, class, it's awesome.
Let the students twist their own twist Damascus.
Yeah, there are funny moments, definitely. But when you make it for the shop, then it's much more comfortable.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. If you do like your own knives or a production run of twist Damascus plates, you want to have a machine.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
How many classes do you run a week? Is that every weekend?
No, we have the dates for 2 classes a week, one for 2 days and one for 3 days. Yeah, and this goes all the year through. In summertime we have 3 weeks closed, but then you can make the workshop every week.
So you've had quite a few students coming through your shop already.
Yeah,
you must have
now we are on the
some
beginning.
Good stories.
Yeah, and our classes are not completely full with people. So now the classes are 2 people or 3 people, sometimes 4. But they are not fully. They are not complete full.
Not fully booked out.
Yeah, booked out. That was the word. And yeah, it's I think it's okay for a company that starts in February. So yeah, the first year is over and we are still on the market. It's okay. I'm fine with this.
So have you had any like crazy stories from students making some funny mistakes or some?
Yeah, sure. I like this guy a lot. His name was Detlef. Detlef wants a very long beef knife. Yeah. And we draw the stencil on the Damascus blade, and he starts grinding with the angle grinder, and I said, hey, be careful, don't grind on the line, grind by the line, a few millimeters away. Because when you turn a little bit, you can cut into the blade and the blade will be shorter. Yeah, okay. And the thing is, he comes from the IT. He never make anything like this before. And he cut the blade after 12 centimeter or so. He run completely into the blade and don't see it. And yeah, he get a nice little office knife, and he liked it a lot, but he didn't make the meat knife that he wants. So this was a funny part. He was a very fine guy, but not a good knife maker. But
I can
the knife.
I can imagine that being a challenge.
Yeah,
people that
definitely.
don't work with their hands coming in.
Yeah, and different things. So also the sword making workshops were funny, because every time I had a sword making workshop at Schmiedeglut, there was every time one guy that only speaks English. And Fabian, the other guy, can't speak English, not a little bit. I need some time to come in, but then I can talk to people, so I would say. And then I have to start the workshops in English for the guys. And this was also funny, because at the beginning of my career, I don't know the German words for something. Yeah. What a fuller is, or so I know all these parts in English, but not in German. That was a problem at the beginning. And yeah, we have no big mistakes. Once one guy put his finger into a bandsaw. This was a little bit of a problem. It was not. He don't lost a finger. It nicks into the thumb. But the guy was over 2 meters tall and around 100 kilograms, and then he fall over in the workshop.
Oh, I know what that's like.
And I'm not the tallest and heaviest guy, and I had many problems to lift this guy. But the moment was very funny. You see this big, tall guy, and he drops like a stone because of a small cut in the thumb. It was
Yeah. I had that happen to me, unfortunately, at Knife Show Austria with one of Polly's knives. Cut myself pretty good, and I actually ran into another guy from the same show at the hospital over there, so I wasn't the only one.
Okay.
What are you using for heat treating ovens in your shop?
At the moment, I use the heat treating oven from Nautilus, and the next thing I will buy when I have money over is a new heat treating oven, I think from Mini Hell.
Bingo.
Yeah. So I bought my sword hardening oven from Mini Hell, and this thing is amazing. It runs. It's perfect. Yeah, and the Nautilus get damaged so often. I think 7 or 8 times. Once it burned in the electrical part, then another. They don't really work well. So.
Well, I almost went out without doing an ad read. Thanks to you, as this show is sponsored by Mini Hell. MiniHell.eu, they got the next kiln for you.
Yeah.
Kilns. You can use at checkout carbon 5, the word carbon and the number 5 to save 5%. We don't get any kickback, but you save 5%, which you can invest into steel, make the kiln partially paid back by making a beautiful knife. And also, not only they are super inexpensive, they are super great and super reliable. And Balthazar makes them super quick. They're very easy to maintain. And in the show, when we questioned and interrogated Balthazar about the heat treatment kilns, he told us how cheap it is to exchange the coils, exchange the insides of it, and that he actually engineered them that way. So when you go to minihell.eu, use carbon 5 at checkout to save 5%. And now, back to the show.
Yeah, but he's right. He's definitely right. It's so fucking easy with this thing.
Yeah. Is it a custom build that you have?
Yeah, it's a custom build. He posted 3 years ago a prototype of a sword hardening oven on Facebook, I think. And I said, I get it. And then I get it. And man, it was cheap. I paid 1,800 euros, including the transfer from, I think, Poland.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is it like a vertical one, right?
Yeah, it's a vertical one.
And how tall is it?
1 meter and 20 centimeter blades you can put into.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's not small.
No, it's really not small. And you have 3 climber zones, all with with temperature control, and it's so nice. It's so nice. I love it. And
if you want to buy,
to
buy another one, hey, use carbon 5.
I use this 5%. I need it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Nice. I wonder why. I think you told us last time, but why it needs to be in 3 zones. I think it's probably because of the power consumption on it, so that each on their own circuit or something.
I have no idea, but it's
same here.
Nice when you start to experiment with it. when you want to. I also use this oven to anneal the steel. Anneal? No.
Mhm.
After heat treat
Yeah.
is annealing? Yeah.
Tempering.
Tempering. When you want to temper different parts in different temperatures for the grip section of the sword, I temper the steel higher, that it gets softer, and not so high at the tip. So I started experimenting with this, but it works. So yeah, this is a cool feature. I don't know if it's for this. I don't think so, but yeah, it's nice to have.
I think he said it just gave a much more even temperature across the whole oven because it's so big, and then you would have 3 different thermocouples throughout instead of having one like down at the tip and
Yeah.
it's colder at the door or something like that.
Uh,
But that's
I mean,
interesting with the sword, the 3 zones.
Yeah.
Are you able to check the hardness too in
Yeah,
your shop? Do you have a hardness tester?
Yeah, we have a tester, Rockwell test clock. Is it the word for this?
Rockwell hardness tester.
Yeah, Rockwell hardness tester. Yeah, now I have the problem. I know the German words, but the English words are sometimes missing. I'm sorry. I will work on this.
That's all right. We have some listeners actually before Paulie came on the show. When he listened, every time somebody said something in German, he took a shot. That's what he told us before he started.
Oh, this is a bad idea.
I had to stop drinking.
Yeah. Yeah, this we had last year on Christmas market because of the laws in Germany changed, and we had our booth on the market, and we sell our knives, and the guys come over and say, knives are forbidden, and we make a notice, and for every notice we want to drink. It was not a good idea, definitely not. But the day was very funny.
Was that a thing in Germany at the markets? Did you have a lot of people coming up and telling you like that you were bad and knives were bad and all that stuff?
Yeah, at the moment it's very, very bad. Because the guys don't know what's really going on. So when you work with the law and read it and think about and talk with other guys, that don't have changed so many things. They forbid Springmesser, automatic knives. They are forbidden, and you may not transport knives in trains and buses.
Yeah.
At public spaces like a Christmas market or Oktoberfest, these kind. But this was also forbidden before, and now you have the gun ban areas in town where it also was forbidden. So nothing so hard changed at the moment. But the customers or the random customers doesn't know. They hear in the news, oh no, knives are now forbidden everywhere, and that's a big problem.
A lot of misinformation out there. We had an episode a few episodes back with Lorenzi from Austria, from Vienna. He has a big shop, and he's also part of a knife ban group. It was a good episode, but again, those are only the Austrian laws, and I know that they're a lot different in Germany, and every country's got their own their own little thing. So you talked about making like 300 knives in your shop. Was this for a special project, or do you do your own specific knives for your brand?
It was a special project, or mostly a marketing action. We a friend of mine is owns the company Tagwerk in Berlin, and he wants to help us to grow a little bit. And he said, yeah, come on, let's make a mail order project with your knives. Yeah, okay, cool. I make a prototype, and then we talked about if it's okay, is it nice, and then we have a finished prototype, and they ask, how many can you make? And I ask Konstantin, what do you think? 50 or 100? Yeah, okay, maybe 150. And then we came to, okay, in 6 weeks we can produce 200 maximum. And then they preserve their shop for the selling time, selling period, and then they ask, can we make a little bit more? Maybe when we make a second batch, okay, then we can make more. And so the first batch had a producing time of 6 weeks, from forging to finish the blade completely with 2 guys. And then they started their mail order, and we sold these knives in 4 days, only over email informations. And then we stand in the shop and they say, fuck, these are lots of knives. Nobody has think that we sell so many knives in such a short period of time. And then we had to start, and then starts the trouble. The company that delivers us the steel doesn't deliver the steel. The company that from that we get the handle material from Lithuania, here, Fed Carbon. They made the. They said, okay, we can make this, but we are in summer holidays, 3 weeks. Okay, the knives are sold, the guys paid, and they go to the holidays. Yeah, but they say, we start when we come back, and then you have it in 2 weeks. We are in the workshop and say, okay, we make everything finished, that we only have to put the handles together, and we are ready. And then we forged the steel and everything, and every knife has to be exactly the size of the other knife. And we realized, okay, we can't do this by hand. So we searched a company that cuts the knife shape with a water jet. Then we find a company near Frankfurt, and he said, that's no problem, we can make this. We need 2 or 3 days. Okay, from the 2 or 3 days, where they needed 3 weeks, and the crashed material for hundreds of euro. I don't know the exact amount of plates they crashed, but then they sent the material, and then we have to work hard to be in time. But the first batch we finished, and today we finished the second batch, and now I'm very happy that it's over. But it was cool. So it was very, very challenging, but it was a cool project. We had a lot of fun, but not most of the time.
But that's always the challenge, trying to work with so many different suppliers and people cutting your materials. I think Paulie just ran into that also on his first big batch.
Yep. It went exactly the same.
but big props to Fed Carbon. When they come back from the holidays, they don't need 2 weeks. After 3 days, they were back. We got the material. They have to produce it and to mill it for us.
Yes.
And 3 days later, we get all the material for the knife.
So they milled the handle shapes?
Yeah, to 80%, that we don't have to grind every groove for the rock finish into the grips.
Oh, nice. They are using their robo drill. It's just so fun that you've been using their service. Do you like their materials?
Yeah, I like them a lot. I really like them.
They're a little bit nasty to work with, as it is carbon fiber.
Yeah,
but
yeah. So I was a little bit laughing inside about your conversations about to cut G10. Yeah, cut carbon plates. That's a lot of more fun.
Yeah, it's way harder.
Yeah.
One plate of felt carbon and your bandsaw blade is wrecked.
Yeah,
totally wrecked.
Definitely.
Yeah. And these blades were forged, at least some of them, right, to shape. And you were putting on 80% finished handle scales.
Yeah.
Were they like fix it with screws? Were they glued on? What was the construction?
Yeah, in the first place, we think about it to screw them, but yeah, then we forgot that we want to screw, and then we said, yeah, we glue it together, and this was another big problem because of when you have grips that are all mostly finished, the glue gets everywhere. Yeah, and you have to clean it. It was a little bit of a challenge. And yeah, a friend of mine, Raschmesser, came to help us a few days, and he said, "Yeah, test a steel brush, and that with the steel brush we can remove all the glue, and it was fine. But it took days to glue all the scales through the knife. Yeah, I think 4 days with 3 people. The girl from the office come and helps us, and her boyfriend comes and helps us, and Rasch comes and helps us. And at the peak, we were 5 guys gluing the grips together. It was not funny.
What was the worst stage of the making? Was it like the handle glue up, making of the sheets, assembling packaging, maybe sharpening,
no,
forging?
Assembling packages. It was they bought packages from I don't know the doesn't matter the company, but they send us the boxes, and we have to fold the boxes.
Yeah, flat.
Yeah, and the construction of the box was so crappy, they don't hold together in any way.
Oh no!
So this was time-consuming part. Then there was no insert for a knife or something. So we have to think about, okay, what can we do for an insert that the knife and the sheath don't flow around. So we go and bought paper for it, and then they had a smart design from Tuckback, make the design for the packaging and make little stickers to close it. And then we realized when we drop the package, the knife comes out on the top of the sheet. Yeah, okay, we have the next problem, how to fix this. Okay, we took the stickers from the side and put it on the top, and then the knife can't come out. Yeah, this was, yeah. It was, I say, it was funny most of the time. Yes, not most of the times, but sometimes. Yeah, this was quite challenging. Forging was very, very, very cool. We started basically how we ever start forging our Damascus and go to the grinder and cut the billets and fold them together. And I said, boah, it needs so much time, and I don't like the grinding stuff, dust, and yeah, I see this on YouTube. Somebody uses axes, so I drive to the hardware store and buy a Fiskas axe, and then we start cutting the steel for the fold.
So you're using the axe to cut it into
Genau,
the steel
yeah.
enough so you can fold it over and restack it.
And if we managed this, it goes so quick. At one day we forged 20 Damascus billets from 0 to 160 layers. So 3 folds, a block, and 20 of them in one day. This was nice. And when we reached the part that Konstantin and I don't have to say any words, because we are so good in the workflow that everyone knows what's the next step, what is he's doing. It was so cool.
Then it becomes fun.
Yeah, the forging part was really really hard, funny part. We had so much fun. Yeah, it does. And the blade grinding, the bevel grinding, the removing from the scales, that was not so a funny part, and the work that you have to invest to clean the surface is so amazing. It's so much work.
To remove all the forward scale, you mean?
Yeah.
Do you guys run like the VersaFlow? Do you know what that is?
No, I don't know.
VersaFlow is like a helmet, and you have like a belt with a fan on it.
Oh,
So you have
yeah,
positive pressure inside the helmet.
I wish I had one. We both had one, but yeah, we don't think about it in the past, and yeah, it's on our list of things that
It's an awesome thing. I have one. Once you get it, you'll never want to not use it again.
Yeah.
Albert and Andy have it in their class, and I think you guys have a intercom system so you can talk to each other, which is good, right?
Oh, sounds amazing. Yeah, Konstantin cleans the grinding room today because of all the carbon grinding.
Dust everywhere.
The last weeks, this dust is everywhere, and when we grind the carbon, we also get these one suits, the white ones when you clean something.
Like a painter would use.
Yeah. Because of the dust and the respirators, and we taped every gap in the suit, and the dust comes everywhere. And he is cleaning, I think, 8 hours today, and he's not finished yet. It's terrible. But with this kind of things, yeah, it will be much nicer work.
Yeah, not only that for yourself, so you keep all the dust and shit out of you, but the ability to talk to each other, like Albert and Andy can do in the class, is really good. If they can see that a student's struggling on something or they need some extra help, they can talk to each other without it being like in front of the whole class that this guy doesn't know what he's doing yet. Go give him a hand or something like that.
Yeah, sounds cool, definitely.
Well, we are hitting the hour mark now. Why don't you tell everybody where they can find you? Maybe sign up for the classes, and also the knives that you were making. Where are those available?
Yeah,
in that big batch.
You can find our workshops and dates for the workshop on www.blade-create.de or Blade Create drawn together.de. Then there you can also find our knives that we make when we have no workshops. And yeah, was it right? I'm not good at this. And yeah, maybe for the German followers from the podcast, at the 18th of August, we have what's Messe in English? a small in-house exhibition with around 16 other knife makers from all over Germany and from the Netherlands. And yeah, we will be happy when you come over and visit us.
Yeah, kind of like an open house. And I saw you had one of our previous guests from the show on there, Richard Schultz.
Yeah. I'm very, very sorry about it. Richard called me this morning. He's ill, very ill. He has an infection of his lung, and his kids are ill, and he don't not really know if he's coming. He is not there at the exhibition, but he will try to visit us at
as a visitor.
As a visitor, yeah.
Nice. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
on the show. We'll have to.
I was happy to stay here.
Yeah, we'll put in the.
Thank you.
The website on the address for people who didn't catch that, and I wanted to add one more thing for the Klingen for Gutes charity project that I'm working on. The ticket sales will be going on October 31st, and if you go to our site on Instagram, in the highlight section is a countdown timer. If you want to click on the countdown timer, it will remind you before tickets go on sale so you don't miss it. And we got lots of awesome blades. Those previews of pictures and some videos will be coming up soon. We got all the knives already on hand, and we're going to show them all off and tell everybody about the steel and the handles and everybody who's been making them for us. So don't miss the date, October 31st. They go on sale. And I guess that's it. We will talk to all you guys next week then. Bye for now.
Bye. Bye. Ikke. Do så gero. Bully out. Off my mind.